Sheikh Yusuf, you had discussed in great length the terminology and the mandated disclosures that guidance and other mortgage companies around the country here have to provide consumers at the day of closing. These are not part of the contract. So there needs to be an understanding these are disclosures, mandated federal disclosures, and they are generated in mass for all mortgage companies to be required to be sent to those customers at closing. The question is, those mandated disclosures, the terminology they use, does it make the contract impermissible when they're referencing interest, lending, addressing the customer as a borrower, which we don't in the core contract, of course, because that's not what the relationship is. But does it negate the contract?
Well, the simple answer is no. We requested the government, actually, in our talks with Freddie at the beginning, our lawyers and ourselves. We requested the government, please change the language because this is not accurately described, the transaction that takes place. And of course, they said, well, we can think about it, but really it's unrealistic because these forms are published in the millions every year, and 99% of the market is based on interest in lending. So there's really no scope for us to make a special exception for you. But look, these are disclosure forms. As Hussam mentioned, they're not part of the contract. Yes, they're presented to the home buyer at the time of closing because that's the federal law. The law wants to make sure that consumers are not cheated by companies, mortgage companies that are going to charge them exorbitant rates. And so they send out these disclaimers, forms that need to be signed, that yes, we have been informed by our financing company that the rate is going to be such and such, and we're fine with that, and then you sign on the dotted line. But that has absolutely nothing to do with the contract itself, and certainly nothing to do with the Sharia content of that contract.
Thank you, Sheikh Yusuf.